Alright, let's take a quick look at TurbulenceFD for Lightwave. And before I jump into this video, it's going to be a short video, but we will take a look at the technology behind TurbulenceFD, what the potential is or could have been for Lightwave since its inception since about 14 years ago. So let's quickly jump into this, and what I want to share with you guys is the screenshot right here. And so as you can see, right off the bat, right from the very early versions of TurbulenceFD, you can see right here, we can see the Cuda at 644128 DLL, which is the Cuda library dataset inside there, and we can see those DLL files, as well as you can see here in revision v1.940 2012-0306. In the release notes, it does say updated Cuda framework to version 4.1. So with that being said, let's come back here to Lightwave. So basically, before TurbulenceFD, there was no sort of Cuda framework being run natively inside of Lightwave 3 being accelerated on the GPU. So why is this so important, and why is this such a major thing? And it is just extremely disappointing that the developers of Lightwave 3 at the time did not catch on to this fact and did not investigate further into the technology behind the framework of TurbulenceFD. Is if they did so, they would then found a way to create a data branch and run accelerated Cuda functions other than smoke and fire inside of Lightwave, natively rendering natively inside of Lightwave's OpenGL, as well as Lightwave's VPR native renderer at almost real time. So what are the potential outcomes of Cuda is you could run real-time clock simulations on the GPU. You could run a real-time rendering API on the GPU. You could accelerate native functions of Lightwave simulations or using Cuda inside of the native viewport, the same way as we are seeing TurbulenceFD being run right here, using the container and simulation box and so on, are running at almost real time in OpenGL. And the other possibility is that you could also create another clone of the TurbulenceFD framework using a different equation and different function with different formulas, and you would definitely be able to create similar fluid dynamics with liquid simulations as well as foam simulations, torsion waves and so on, in the exact same way that TurbulenceFD is running the smoke and fire simulations. Because if you look at RealFlow, Houdini and all the other liquid simulation tools, they're all running containers and so on for foam, liquid, water, particles and so on, and also collision bodies interacting natively inside the viewport and the viewport renderer. So if Lightwave at the time had the right people in the development of the company, I'm sure they would have investigated further inside this tech and expanded on it further. So this would have been just another way on how Lightwave 3 could have got its own GPU accelerated native liquid simulation tool inside of a Lightwave 3D. Okay, so this is just another way that you could do it. So this is, I'm just showing you guys that TurbulenceFD is basically NVIDIA CUDA accelerated GPU language running natively inside of Lightwave 3D. Okay, so even here, if you look at this these videos from many years ago, you can see if you can just imagine that container not being fire and smoke, but being a liquid nozzle similar to the ones you get inside of RealFlow. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, so this could have been another possibility of exploration for the developers of Lightwave 3D, but we do know that they have now acquired TurbulenceFD, so maybe they would look into this technology, the technology that's behind it and the framework that's behind it, because it would be possible, like I said, to simulate liquid as well as simulate clock dynamics inside these type of containers, same way TurbulenceFD is doing it. You just need the right formulas, the right equations, and the right coding. Okay, running via the same CUDA framework API. And let's jump over, and we're very quickly gonna go to another set of videos from Shaderplay Studios, and these are all CUDA APIs. This is a CUDA based renderer. It's real time. It's running off the native GPU. It's a single GPU. It's the 1060 GTX. It's running in real time, and this is basically running off a laptop GPU. Okay, so it's not even a desktop GPU. Just goes to show you the power of CUDA. And this is basically a graphics card from the 10 series, which is basically about 4 generations ago. Basically stuff like this could be done inside a TFD container. This is pretty much what I was explaining. Running natively inside of Lightwave. However, currently these things are now done inside of Houdini or Storm or some other third-party application. So just wanted to show that there is a way to do it, and so I mean, like, Lightwave is a VFX software, CG software, and so normally these types of tools are always expanded upon, and so a tool set such as TurbulenceFD has a lot more potential to expand upon. And normally VFX houses, studios, and people who develop pipelines for movies and so on do develop their own tools and expand on existing tool sets. So what I'm saying is nothing new in terms of the framework that exists and what possible use cases can there be for it in the future. It's just up to whether the developers are willing to spend the time to develop it further, or are they willing to opt for to stick to the third-party apps for the current time being. So maybe in a year, or maybe I don't know, maybe further down the line when they do get to it, maybe they would take a look into the CUDA framework further on. who knows. So just putting this video out there. uh, so yeah, that's it.